Hello, Aviators, and welcome to the third episode of your weekly dose of quarantine. I'm your host for today, Hannah McKissick. There are all kinds of things on social media popping up to try to make this year a great one for seniors, even though life doesn't look quite normal. One of those things is a Facebook page dedicated to community members who wish to make a senior's day a little bit brighter. The page is called Adopt the 2020 High School Senior, Stark County, Ohio, and members of the group can sign up to adopt a Stark County senior to send gifts and cards in the mail, things that will cheer them up, as well as some recognition for their accomplishments on the Facebook page. Mrs. Morrison has also been working to make sure seniors are still recognized for the scholarships they earned this year. Usually a program is held in the evening that was scheduled this year for May 4th. There will still be a program on May 4th, but students and community members are urged to watch on YouTube instead. All students and families will receive the link to YouTube just before 7 p.m. on May 4th. Congratulations to all seniors who worked so hard to get the scholarships. This week, the AHS Music Department teamed up to make a video to encourage students. Now we will turn it over to Katie Blake and Mrs. Chunat.
So I'm here with Mrs. Chunat, who just did kind of an Alliance viral version of "Don't Stop Believin." Was that the song that you did?
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about how you came up with the idea to do this video collaboration with the music department?
Well, I think that the actual video idea came from Mrs. Stieglitz, who she asked me first if I would want to do one with her, and then we kind of talked it over and decided to invite Sean and Billy and Crystal, just see if they would be willing to. And we really wanted to do it kind of first off for selfish reasons, because we miss performing and we miss the energy of a performance and singing with other people. And we wanted to figure out a way how to do that through social distancing. So that's kind of how the idea started. Crystal and Sean and Billy were all on board and very interested. And so then we started tossing around song ideas to figure out what song would work best and what we wanted to say.
Awesome. So you guys rewrote all the lyrics, and then did you film yourselves, like you scripted it out, like you're going to do these parts, and then sent them in and edited? How did that process work?
We did. Mr. Fontaine did most of the writing. Once the song idea came from my running playlist. Don't Stop Believin's on my running playlist, and I was out running one day and started thinking a few words that would be easy to fix. And it's such a happy, upbeat song. We were all kind of feeling down in the dumps in the middle of the e-learning mess, so we tossed around some sappier songs, and we felt that a happier, more upbeat one might be more of what the community needed. And then Mr. Fontaine just emailed us one day and said, this just happened. Like, these words just came to me, and so I started writing them down. And we all read them and made a few changes, but for the most part, we kept pretty much what he had written. We were able to collaborate through GarageBand, which was pretty new to me, at least. I had never done a collaborative project through GarageBand. So once we had a track laid down, then we could go in and open the project through iCloud and each lay down our own tracks. So I went in and recorded the piano part and added it, and Mrs. Sabick recorded her cello part and added it. And then little bit by bit, we just kept adding to it. And then when it was time to break down the singing, we did a Zoom meeting between the five of us and talked through who was going to do what parts and some video ideas. And we just kept adding them in. You know, I recorded, Mrs. Stieglitz had done some of her singing tracks, so then I recorded some harmonies and put them underneath hers. And then she went back in and did some more harmonies, and we did our individual verses. And all the videos, we really had no idea what each other were doing for the videos. We just videoed them on our own and sent them to Mr. Fontaine, and he kept saying comments like, this is going to be so amazing. Every video that I get is funnier. And we really didn't even know what each other were doing when we created the video aspect. And then he did all the editing to pull it all together.
That's neat. So it's kind of even an inspiration, I think, about my own students, because that software and hardware that all of us have with the iPads, everybody has GarageBand. Everybody has the ability to collaborate on Zoom or whatever it is, even just text message or email. So it's kind of inspiring that you guys use that time and that students could also use the time to make something that they might not have time to make otherwise, and have that outlet that we all miss a lot of, having our work shown to people. So what has been the response to the video?
Well, it's been pretty overwhelming because it's been shared out by the Department of Health. They've shared it to the State Department of Health. The state superintendent has shared it out, and everyone is tagging Mike DeWine. So it's been pretty alarming. I didn't expect it to get this big. But I will say I tried very hard to keep it a secret from my family. So some of the videos I did at 7 o'clock in the morning, everyone else in the house was asleep. And so I have one of my kids is an early riser and he was awake. And I said, I won't answer any questions, just record me doing this thing. And so I tried very hard to keep it a secret from them. And when we had a rough draft ready to drop, I showed it to my teenage kids. And they all loved it and cracked up. And Mallory said, "You're going viral." So I don't know. We didn't anticipate that. At least I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, that's so neat. And it's good if your kids like it too, because they're going to be critical of whatever it is.
For sure.
So I think that's about it. Are you guys planning any other videos, or is that kind of a one and done?
Well, I don't really know. We have a lot on our plates right now, wrapping up this end of the year stuff and virtual auditions and virtual concerts. So I sure wouldn't be opposed to doing another one because it was a lot of fun. And I learned so much. I think that's a good lesson that students and teachers can take from it, that I had never done anything like that before. And even though I have a degree in music, I still had never done anything like that before. And I learned a lot about the program, and I learned a lot about equipment and recording equipment. I'd never used that kind of stuff before. And so it was a really neat opportunity. A lot of time, but a lot of fun.
Well, and now I feel like we're all doing things that are new to us, and we might use them in the future too. So this is just opening up doors for maybe you use GarageBand somehow in the class, or students can do an assignment with that. So it's just kind of inspiring to see that you guys took something kind of when you were feeling down in the dumps and made something good out of it for everybody. So
yeah,
thank you for that, and thank you for joining us today, and we're going to send it back to the announcements.
Jet Setters singer-dancer auditions for 2020 to 2021 are now open virtually. Anybody who is interested should join the Jet Setter Audition Google Classroom for more information on audition requirements. Check your email to find the classroom code and more information. The school district would like to spotlight seniors on the Alliance City Schools social media accounts. If you would like to take part in this, please fill out the form sent to your email from Cheyenne Gonzalez, no later than Friday, May 8th. The form will require you to submit a school-appropriate picture, so please have that ready before you start filling out the form. The high school will now be having a speech and debate team next year. If you are interested in joining, please fill out the form sent to you by Mr. Jackson this morning. The team will be coached by Mr. Duncan and Mr. Camp. Team members will be taught and prepared in a competition category by coaches. Speech and debate is a fun and exciting activity in which competitors will practice during the week and then travel and compete in tournaments, usually held on Saturdays. Besides making close friendships with your teammates, you will become part of a larger community of competitors in the Akron-Canton district and throughout Ohio. You will have the opportunity to win ribbons, medals, and trophies, but more importantly, you will learn a set of skills that will benefit you on the ACT test, in college, in your career, and throughout life. Today is the last day for seniors to vote for their commencement speaker. See the Google Forms sent to your email from Mrs. Poole. Thank you for watching, and have a great weekend.
stop me going anywhere. Avoiding virus threats, but I get to wear my sweats. And at least I don't have to do my hair. We're not allowed to go to school, says Mike DeWine, and that's the rule. At first just 3 weeks, then it's 8, it goes on and on. Doing what the CDC suggests, glad the state has canceled tests, but we hoped to see your faces just one more time. Wash your hands, then repeat. Social distance, stay back 6 feet. And the quarantine never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. Students waiting, tired of being home alone. They're online in Google Classroom. Teachers waiting, hoping just to teach a real class, not one more meeting on Zoom. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Someday we will have school, have school. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Someday we will have school, have school. Don't stop believing. Someday we will have school, have school. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Someday we will have school, have school.
Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.